Hi, I'm Jeff Walker. I'm the project coordinator or project chairman for the 8th Street Schoolhouse. This is the original schoolhouse in Gunnison. And now Partners, the Gunnison County Partners Mentoring Program, owns this building along with a more modern building where our offices are. Now the fact that this was the original schoolhouse obviously took care of a lot of kids, right? We want to redo this building into a one-room facility again, and once again have our kids being taken care of in this building, and also restore one of the oldest buildings in Gunnison as part of one project. And we hope to do that with your help. Now some people would ask, why do this? Why take this old hulk of a building and try to do something and possibly even taking away from the Partners programs? Well, we're going to make sure we don't do that. The funding that will go towards this, we hope, really takes away nothing from the Partners programs, but enhances that. So what we're asking for is your help in making this a usable building again. Again, the question is, why do this? Well, it is one of the oldest buildings in Gunnison. It was one of the original brick buildings in Gunnison. And again, the fact it was the original schoolhouse, we think makes it worthwhile in saving this building. Now, I have a love of history, a love of architecture, of older buildings. And the fact is, this is a very solid building. These walls of brick are 3 bricks thick, about a foot. And our architect has taken a look. The foundation is sound, the walls are sound. We do need some help with the roof, and that's going to be our first phase of redoing this building. Now again, why do it? The historical nature of it. It was one of the first real municipal buildings in Gunnison. We think right there it's worthwhile to save it if we can, and we believe we can. It is very sound. We just need to redo it. So we're going to re-gut the inside, make it into the one-room school look again, and then add a modern kitchen. Now, why are we doing that? Well, we do have our modern building that houses the offices of Partners, and it works really well. It's the former Sage Mountain School. It was built just a few years ago. Works really well for us, but it's not large enough for us to do our kids programs. Now, many of you know we serve a lot of kids here in Gunnison County and Lake City. In fact, last year we were up to 166 matches. That's a lot of kids, and we have a lot of programs for them. But we can't do a lot of the things we would like to do for lack of a facility. Now, this facility is about 1,200 square feet. We can safely put over 100 people in there, according to the fire marshal. We've already checked with him. So by redoing the building, we can have our kids programs, we can do our training for our senior mentors, we can do other types of training, and our hope and plan is we're going to make this building available to you for what you want to do. If you want to have a reception here, you can do so. If you want to have a class, you can do so. Work with Partners on that. We'll make it available. So the community at large is going to win on this as well. So it's a win-win-win all around. Our kids win, Partners wins, you win because we've saved a wonderful old building, and you get to use it as well. Now we're looking around at the grounds of the building. They have gone through some recent work, but need a whole lot more. And the wonderful thing about this is the city is working with us on eventually turning this into a park-like setting where we're going to redo the landscaping, we're going to add some picnic tables, the city is going to help us maintain this. We're going to save these beautiful old trees, the shrubbery. We're going to make this look just like it did in 1881 to the extent that we can. But by turning this into a park-like setting, once again the community wins. We've cleaned up a property that many of you know for years was very neglected, and it's going to enhance the whole neighborhood. And hopefully this is just going to enhance this whole area, and maybe some other buildings get taken care of in the future. We also have our modern building here, which houses our offices, and we do some of our programs, but as I mentioned earlier, we just don't have the room. So once we get the schoolhouse done, we'll have a 1,200 square foot facility for a lot of these programs. So how can you help with this? Well, we've come up with an idea. Obviously, we're going to need to raise local funds as well as getting some grants from different places. We are in touch with the Betcher Foundation, the Coors Foundation, others. But we do have to raise some local money to make that happen. So what we did is I took a look and I made a quick calculation there are approximately 10,000 bricks on the outside of the building. So we said, well, let's have everybody adopt a brick. You won't buy the brick, you're going to adopt the brick, which means the brick stays right here, part of the building, but you'll be recognized for adopting a brick. And we've come up with the idea how the whole community can get involved and where everybody can afford this. It's $10 a brick. Now you can adopt as many bricks as you want or just that one for $10, but think about that for a minute. If we can get all 10,000 adopted at $10 a piece, there's $100,000 right there. Our total budget for the project is just over $200,000. Now some will come from foundations, some will come from other donations, but by getting your help, we get the help from the foundations. And if we can get all of them done at $10 a brick, we'll also have a reserve fund for future maintenance of the building, as well as taking care of some of the utility costs and that type of thing. Now, what are we going to do? Well, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to redo the entire inside, completely gut that, and turn it into one-room facility again. We will be adding a modern kitchen and bathroom facilities, obviously, so they can be used by everybody. But part of it too is do what's called repointing the brick. So some of the bricks that are somewhat damaged or worn will be taken care of. The same with the foundation. It's a native stone foundation. That's where your money will be going. So once again, if you can adopt a brick at $10 a brick and get all 10,000 adopted, we've raised the money to take care of this project, and we're asking for your help. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Please continue to support partners the way that you have in the past.